Next day he left for the shop and I spent the day in peace as he was not at home. One day he said he wanted to talk to me. I was sitting on the sofa and he said that the next day was Sunday and he wanted to go to the beach. I said I wouldn't go anywhere with him except maybe to hell. He joked that if he went to hell with me his family will get upset and he couldn't afford to make them upset. I reminded him of his behavior on our wedding day and told him that if he had died then he would have gone to hell anyway. James said that he didn't die and I should show some mercy. He said that his love for me was at its peak, and I could see it in his eyes that he was telling the truth. He asked if anyone else could love me as much as he did such thing. I said it's okay, what's done is done, and now we should think about what to do next. He said that he would work hard, earn a lot of money, and take me to London. But he also said that I shouldn't sit with Henry, as he couldn't bear it that I told him that I didn't love Henry, and that he was just a means for me to get to London. I said that you had ruined my chance of going to London. He promised to take me to London and make up for his past mistakes. He was begging me to forgive him and I could see the sincerity in his eyes. I told him that if he didn't stop snoring at night I would leave the room. He promised not to snore and said that he was still under the influence of medication. Life was getting back to normal. One morning he woke me up early and requested me to get up and help his mother in the laundry and make breakfast. He said that you should help my mother, you should start doing household chores. I gave him a stern look and said okay that I got up and did the tasks, but I was not much happy about it. After a few months of marriage, James told me that he had applied for a visa to London and that we would be going there for 15 days. I was overjoyed and asked him how he had managed to save up enough money. He said that he had borrowed some from his father and that he was working hard to make our dreams come true. We went to London and stayed with my aunt and her family. Their house was much smaller than I had expected, with only 2 rooms downstairs and a small lounge. The upstairs had 2 more rooms, one for my cousin Justin and one for Henry. My aunt was happy to see me, but she also commented on how weak and pale I looked. She said that James was not taking good care of me and that I needed to eat more, which wasn't true. James was getting angry with my aunt's comments, but I tried to calm him down. I told my aunt that everything was fine and that she was just imagining things. However, the room that we were given was very small, with barely enough space for a bed and a wardrobe. The rest of the house was also quite cramped and I was starting to feel a bit uncomfortable. Justin's wife Allison would go to the office in the morning because my cousin Justin couldn't bear the expenses alone. And Henry had already told the girl he liked that she would have to work. Seeing Allison's life, I was lost in thought. She would come from the office and then go to the kitchen taking care of 2 small children and cooking for everyone. My aunt would always say, "Allison, why didn't you do this?" Or, "Allison, why didn't you do that?" The poor woman was exhausted. Justin was also similar, always finding fault in Allison's work. The kitchen was downstairs and Allison's room was upstairs. She would have to go up and down taking care of everything. Whenever she was working, Justin would start yelling at her saying, "Why didn't you iron my clothes like this?" Or, "Why didn't you cook like this?" She would say, "I'm coming after cooking." And then she would go upstairs. I was amazed by her situation, going up and down, up and down. When she would come to Belgium, she would praise London so much, saying, "Our life is very good, very peaceful." But this was their life, this was their London. Anyway, my aunt didn't serve us any special dishes, saying that the expenses were too high here.